Hi, my name is Michelle Nolden, and I am in love with chickens. I've got 4 of them: Mabel, Gertie, Edith, and Penelope. I don't know what I'm doing, and the snow is here. So join me and my boys, Chris, Alex, Joseph, and Michael, as we figure out how to get our girls through a Canadian winter. So I'm a little terrified that one of these chickens is not going to make it through the winter, and it's going to be all on me. And I know that I don't know what I don't know, so I'm going to the experts right away.
Michelle, this is my Uncle Gerald.
I feel like I'm with the sensei of chickens, right? So I'm gonna have lots of questions. I feel like you have all the wealth of knowledge. So I'm a backyard chicken farmer, as I explained, so I'm new. What would you suggest that I do to prepare my coop for winter?
Most people cover them with plastic or place it in a position where it's protected from the north wind. But they need to have lots of straw in there for their feet, and it should be draft-free as you can make it. If it's drafty, you'll have dead chickens fairly quickly.
So I've pre-cut these pieces of plastic, and we're going to do this on the run part of the coop. We call this kind of outdoor air space the run. And then that way they'll have a little bit of extra space in the winter so that they kind of are still getting some fresh air, and that will lead them out to here. So it's cold, kind of warm, and then hopefully nice and toasty in their coop. Okay, so the coop is wrapped all nice for the winter. But what about when the temperature really drops?
They don't need heat in the winter. They're chickens. Do the birds at your bird feeder, do you heat them? Do the geese on the lake have heat? They're chicken. They're the same things. They're not dogs.
Okay, so no heat.
No. They're chickens. They're like dinosaurs. They're not a highly evolved animal.
Okay, so clearly, since you have this place, you're not a backyard chicken farmer. You're like a real farmer. So it's, there's cows.
But I am going to add one more heat lamp. Just to make it a little bit warmer in here, and it keeps the water from freezing up all the time, right? But I find the hens, they're fine with the cold temperatures. They don't really need a lot. As long as the water is unfrozen, I will probably put a heated water bowl in here for the winter, and I'll put just a rubber around the electrical cord just to protect it from anything in the coop, right?
Oh, that they could peck
at it or anything like that. And then that's really all. Just make sure they have water that's not frozen and an indoor spot to go.
Right, wow, that's great. Well, you have a really nice setup in here.
They like it in here.
Because they don't have to worry about, it's probably warm in the barn, right? And then because there's other animals in the barn.
If you add heat, then that's going to bring the temperature up during the day when it gets sun on it. Then at night it's going to cool, you get condensation. So it's better not. They've got a good covering of feathers, and if they have good roosts that they can roost on, then they're fine. And they tuck their head under their wing at night, so they are all completely cozy.
Water is frozen. It's minus 18 outside, but it's only minus 5 in here.
There's some water, girls! Well, I run cold, and I like to shop. So, dinosaur or not, I'm gonna buy my girls some heat. Just for those really cold days.
This, you can either prop it up on the legs, or it actually has a setting here.
So it's like a flat screen
So
TV.
here, yeah, you can put the little inserts on the bottom and it can sit still. Or right here you have your screws, so you can hang it on a wall. So if you have your chickens on a roost or anything like that, then you can just hang it on the wall there. This actually turns, that's why you see a red glow there. When it does heat up, it does turn red. So that's how you can indicate if it's on and if it's working. And this does actually produce a crazy amount of heat.
Okay, I'll take one of those.
Those nipple ones, they actually hang from the ceiling there.
Oh, this is a nipple?
Yeah, so this
Oh,
is
I
one of the
see.
nipple
Oh,
ones.
okay.
So it hangs from the ceiling,
Nipples.
and then there's little nipples at the
Nipples.
bottom of it that the chickens can peck at, and that's how they can get their water.
Chris will never know. So all should be working now, except, oh gosh, I'm surprised she has any feathers in her. We couldn't figure out what was going on with Edith, but she's losing all her feathers. Big ones, little butt ones, we know they're hers because they're blue. All from here, all of her bum feathers are coming out. She's molting. There was feathers everywhere. I thought that there had been a coyote in there or something, but it was just my Edith, who had suddenly in like 2 days lost all her feathers.
Yeah, well, they do that. They go through a molt after they're a year of age. They go through a molt once a year. It's normally in the fall that they will start because they should have a new coat of feathers before the cold weather comes. But some chickens' biological clock gets out of whack, and they'll just one day drop 90% of their feathers, and they're running around. You think they're going to freeze to death, but they won't. And then she'll grow a new one. You have to watch at that time because the other chickens will see these quills coming in, and if they pick at them and get the taste of blood out of those new feathers, then you've got a problem because they'll just keep picking them. She'll never get to grow any new ones. They'll just keep her balls.
Figures one of my girls loses all of her feathers on the coldest day of the year. Let's just hope our mean girls don't peck at those new pin feathers. All right, we need to keep them occupied.
So one of the things I criticize people for, when you put a roost in for your chickens, it should be big enough that their feet are sitting flat on it. Some of them put a skinny little metal pole in there and their feet are wrapped around. Well, it's fine with the chicken sitting on top, but the foot that's underneath isn't covered or protected, and they will freeze. And so then the toes drop off, or you get chickens that have no toes and they're stumping around. So you put a big enough roost. I always use mostly 2x2s, and some of the bigger breeds 2x4s, that they sit on them. Their feet, when they sit down, are totally protected.
They are able to walk around in the snow and all that stuff. It's just frostbite is a really big risk for chickens, especially with their wattles and their combs, especially their toes, because that's what's getting it the most.
So I'm putting some petroleum jelly on their combs and their wattles so that it protects them a little bit from frostbite. I've never actually felt one of these before. Okay, and what do you feed them?
Right now I'm feeding them wheat and chicken feed, like whatever the normal chicken feed.
Like the layer feed?
Yeah, just layer feed. But wheat as well, because it takes them longer, this is what I was told, it takes them longer to digest the wheat. So it keeps them more, in the winter, it keeps them warmer at night if they've got something that keeps their body working at digesting the wheat.
I do just give them some snacks every once in a while, just whatever we have left over from garden vegetables and stuff like that. I definitely found out they love their zucchini.
Ah, zucchini. Every chicken loves something different.
After you go to the store and get one of those cooked chickens, you know, and take all the meat off it. Then you take the bones and you bring that little tray and put it in the pen, and they'll eat all the chicken off the bones. They love chicken.
That's like eating your
Yeah,
sister.
Yeah.
We made it through the winter. Thank God for spring. Here, Jeff. This is my gift to you,
That's fantastic.
courtesy of Peavy.
Thanks
Now
so
you
much.
have to promise me that you'll not feed your chickens chicken.
Okay, no, I won't do that.